Welcome to the Black Woman's Renaissance, a podcast about women of color who are stepping outside the bounds of the American caste system we were relegated to. Today, in every genre, a record number of Black women are accomplishing tasks that were believed impossible for us, in spite of the walls built to keep us out. It's our Renaissance. We're now marching boldly in our purpose. March on, sisters. Today is our inaugural show, and I am so excited about birthing BWR into the world. The idea of the Black Woman's Renaissance started on January 16th of this year while watching the inauguration. I was so full of pride seeing our girl take that oath that I knew I had to do something. Then I read Isabel Wilkerson's book, Caste. BWR is a reverberation of that book. I am Dr. Violet T. Adams, educator, speaker, writer, artist, all things woman, and creator of Black Woman's Renaissance. My co-host for today is my sister, Bonisha Marie Williams. Bonnie, introduce yourself. Tell the audience a little bit about this Renaissance woman.
Oh, Lord. I just want to start by saying thank you, Violet, for allowing me to talk, because you know that's my good old thing. I like to run my mouth now, but I like to talk about some serious things that affect our community. And so I was just thrilled when you called me and you had all these ideas, and you're just so creative, and our creative juices just kind of like melt together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a great artist, and I look up to you. I am a singer-songwriter. I say that first because I want that to be what it needs to be. I need that to be expounded upon. But of course, I've had 17 years in education.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where our two worlds met. So I am just thrilled to be a part of this community platform, because it is a community platform, because we need to understand our place, and you're allowing that, and I thank you for that.
Awesome. Thank you for being my co-host today. So our purpose for today is to tell everyone why you should add BWR to your rotation of podcasts. We do need you to subscribe today. First, I am unapologetically race conscious, meaning I am sensitive to the plight of the accomplishments of my people, African Americans, but notably women. However, my perspective has shifted a bit since being baptized by the concepts of the caste system, not race, recognized and articulated by Miss Isabel Wilkerson. Her comparison of the caste and race system and racism is profound. She explained caste this way. Caste is the granting or withholding of respect, status, honor, attention, privileges, resources, benefit of doubt, and plain old simple human kindness to someone on the basis of their perceived rank or standing in the hierarchy. She further noted what some people call racism could be seen as merely one manifestation of the degree to which we have internalized the larger American caste system. So Sister Isabel Wilkerson, who is she? I definitely had to look her up. Miss Isabella was born in Washington, D.C., Chocolate City,
Yeah.
in 1961 to parents who left Virginia during the Great Migration. And she probably met my family and possibly your family on the way
Right.
up there, right?
Okay. All right now.
Her father was one of the Tuskegee Airmen who flew during World War II. So she
Mhm.
comes from good stock and
Yeah.
a stock of people who definitely wanted the best for their offspring. Miss Wilkerson studied journalism at Howard University, becoming editor in chief of the college newspaper, The Hilltop. During college, she interned at publications including the Los Angeles Times and the Washington Post.
Mm-hmm.
In 1994, while the Chicago bureau chief of the New York Times, she became the first woman of African heritage to win the Pulitzer Prize in journalism. That's deep.
That is. It
That
is.
is deep.
Yeah.
So I had to find a little bit about Miss Wilkerson to
Yeah.
understand why she wrote this book
Right.
and what her perspective is. Finding that information out about her makes me truly appreciate her research. What do you think about this idea of us being in a caste system here in America?
Okay, so let me just say this, and I'm going to talk about this caste system a little bit, but I am going to talk about Isabel's perspective and why and how that she probably came and to this theory and why she wanted to bring it to the forefront. So
Okay.
that here's the thing. I appreciate the conversation being in the forefront, all right, and I'm grateful that as a Black woman that she's able to sit with Oprah Winfrey, who, by the way, is at the top of the pyramid when it comes to this whole caste system, and of course has a controlling voice in white America. All
Mhm.
right, she's able to sit at these tables that most Black folks in the ghettos ain't able to sit at. You understand?
Right.
Okay, so listen. I am pleased with the fact that she's highlighting details such as the law that stated, Blacks and whites couldn't play checkers together.
Mm.
She highlights a lot of things in her book now. I mean, it is a great read. It really is. So because I didn't know that, I had no idea. I guess it wasn't even brought to my attention.
None of
Uh,
us think it.
yeah, so but here's the thing, Miss Isabel, don't act like this thing is a brand new concept of a caste system,
Mm.
because before we were captured and brought here due to cattle slavery, we understood the caste system
Right.
because we created it. How about that?
Okay.
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 So if mouths weren't being open to the fact that we were the royals in ancient Egypt, in ancient Israel.
Right.
Okay, so folks ain't talking about you do have a certain group. You got the Hebrew Israelite folks. We talk about it. You got the certain people in the Muslim sector to talk about it and certain things like that. But we don't talk about it. Our children don't know about it. Now, see, I'm a teacher. My students know about it because that's how I teach.
Okay.
It's trying to change it around. So we understand that we were the beginnings of this civilization of this civilization. You understand? And the pharaohs built the pyramids. Okay, it was to help the Black people understand how great we were at that age of time.
Right.
So we would always remember how great we were at any given time. You
Mm.
know what I mean? We was at the top of our game when it came to mathematics, when
Right.
it came to science
Right.
and astrology. Okay, when it came to music and law and agriculture, this ain't no
Right.
new thing. They try to act
Right.
like that we don't know how to do mathematics.
Mm.
That's because y'all teaching it to us wrong. Okay,
Oh.
don't play with me. We know how to do mathematics. We were the ones that created it and taught
Yeah.
other civilizations. Okay,
Exactly.
we taught
Yeah.
the Nubians. We taught Kush. We taught everybody, the Greeks and the Romans. Don't play with me now. We
Right.
were the ones that put agriculture to dig the land, but there were boundaries. You understand when it came to this whole hierarchy thing,
Right.
and it wasn't about race.
Okay.
It was centered around tribalism and, and centered around, what's your nation? What nation you come from? You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, we just didn't look at the color. Oh, you black. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, okay, you white. Oh, no. Or you light skinned.
Right.
Oh, you hot. There wasn't nothing about that.
Right.
So this whole idea of an American caste system is just a reminder of our culture and ways of living that are being appropriated.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And we can go on about the appropriations of who we are and what we do and how we look and all of these appropriations that are present now.
Got
You
you.
understand? We were stolen from our lands.
So you're saying the American caste system is an appropriation from the ancient caste systems
Come on now.
participated in. The
Come on
difference
now.
in that caste system, however, was not based on our color,
Come on.
nor were those caste systems designed to be eternal
Come on now.
and were as brutal in separating us from our heritage as the American caste system has.
No, ancient Egyptians or ancient Kemet, okay, the land of the blacks, they wasn't going around hanging Libyans, or they wasn't going around hanging the Nubians, or yeah, we didn't do that. We had more respect for the human, for the human dynamics, for the human makeup.
Right.
So hey.
So you're right. We definitely have a different caste system.
Yes.
And this caste system helped build this country.
Yes.
But we helped build this country without the protection of the law and our right to pursue happiness.
Yes.
Unlike our fellow humans who fled European tyranny, we lack the systems that were designed to help us or anyone succeed. And those systems are education, land ownership, financial connections, and generational wealth. So I surmise that the American caste system is defined first by the majority race, white, then others, and then blacks. And to be specific, the order is as follows. And it was built from day one by our founding fathers to be in this order. And it is still this way.
Yes.
Wealthy whites, white males, white females,
yes.
Wealthy people of color, other males, other females, Black males. Then at the bottom of the rung, Black females.
Love that. The bottom, because and the last shall be first. You understand?
Shall be first.
All right, that's what Matthew said. Okay, and we living in that time. Right. And it's an impeccable time to live in for a Black woman, especially given the present climate of the rising Black woman, not only around our country. You think about you think about the world, but specifically, if you want to talk about United States, you got a lot of Black women mayors that are just really doing their thing.
Exactly.
I remember. Come on now, and not just Black mayors, but a lot of Black women representatives in Congress,
right.
And senators. We are really, hitting the brinks and hitting the marks that we were not able to do 30, 20 years ago. Come on now,
10.
10. Come on now, even closer than that 10. Okay, and I think it has something to do with this whole Michelle Obama probably brought it in by being the first Black woman, okay, president or wife of a president. You understand?
Lady.
First lady, come on, let's get it right now.
Mhm.
But and you think about her, and I'm going to get to this when it comes to our empire and becoming the empresses is that we are and that we always were, you
Yeah.
know. But she really kind of put it out there, because when she came on the scene, you know, it was like a different presence. You
Right.
know, it was like, this is our sister.
That's us.
And not only just that, but the changes that she made. She looked out for her community when it came
Right.
to, you know, the kids and how that they were eating,
Yes.
you know, in this in the education system in the schools. And so she really, you know, set a mark for how a first lady, okay, should represent.
Wow.
I mean, she went in with authority that we, as not even just a country, but even Black folks, we was like, okay, she gonna be the next president.
Right. Right.
You know, just
Exactly.
not just as a first lady, because she held her own with
Yeah.
Obama.
Yes.
You know, graduating from Harvard at the top of her game too. Don't play with Michelle.
Before President Obama.
But before,
Let's
but
go there. Yes.
but still, she was at the top. That's,
Right.
you know, when she graduated.
Mhm.
You know, and so here it is. You know, we have, like you said, 10 years. We have this 10-year kind of age of the Black woman pharaoh.
Yes.
You know, everywhere
Yeah.
you look around the country, a Black woman is really owning, finding their galactical placement, you
Yeah.
know, in the universe.
Yeah.
And we're showing that we understand, that we don't have to go around putting relaxers in our hair to straighten our hair out. We
Wow.
don't we don't have to go around getting no lightening skin, a lightener, skin lightener, so we can brighten up our skin, so we can think that we somebody because we got light bright skin. No, we're accepting. We're accepting our brown skin tone. You know, we're
Our
accepting,
hair.
oh, this is beautiful. We're
Yes.
accepting our full lips.
Yes.
We're accepting our place in the society, just like the beautiful Nefertiti. Come on now.
Yes.
Okay. And just like the beloved Hatshepsut, who was
Uh,
not only a queen, but she was a king, baby. Don't play with me now.
she was. Yes, she was.
Okay.
And
Okay.
why was she king?
Oh, you say what now?
Why was she king?
Why was she king? Because there was a lack of male leadership
All
going
right.
on in ancient Kemet at the time. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Her father had died. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? There was no the male heir to the throne that was of age to be the queen or to be in rulership.
Right.
You know what I mean? She had the knowledge. You
Yes.
know, she had the understanding of how to reign and
Yes.
how to rule a land and how to rule a territory.
Yes, she did.
Because she was watching her father. She was like, okay, he doing that, he did that, he did that. You know what I mean? And she just knew that it was her time. And we go back to, there's always a designated divine appointment.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
this is our time. This is our time.
This is our time. So likewise, now is the Black woman's what? Designated time.
Come on now.
For centuries, we were relegated to the bottom rung of the American caste system. We have struggled against disrespect, dishonor,
Yes.
lowered expectations, and minced resources by everyone, including our Black man.
Oh Lord. Okay. Don't
This
let
society has made it difficult for us to reach the greatness of our past queens.
Yes.
But as the great Maya Angelou once said, and we still rise.
Just like Andrew Day.
Just like, there we go. There we go. But hear me, everyone. We did not crawl out of the bottom of the barrel. No, we rose with dignity and enough strength that everyone coveted what we are doing. And what we're doing is matched by no other. When we take our history and our limitations into consideration as not just African Americans, But the African American woman who had more limitations on her than anyone else, when you see what we're doing now, we are excellent.
Yeah. I mean, everything that we touch, is pretty much turning into gold. We're really at the age of enlightenment.
Yes, I
So,
like that.
and if you get it, and if you want to go biblically, you talk about the 400 years that these certain number of people in Deuteronomy was in slavery. And if you want to think about this whole 1619 project,
Well,
that Nicole Hannah Jones, in her celebration of the 400, you can just kind of put that together and understand
put it in
that
perspective.
we are, come on now, we're understanding our place.
Yes.
It's so many Black women entrepreneurs on the scene. It's so many Black women IT folks that's understanding, that know how to do all of these great things when it comes to the computers.
Yes.
You understand that coding for Blacks, coding is another thing.
Right.
So we're taking this excellence with this Black magic. You understand that we have with this
Girl
Black
magic.
girl. Come on now, with this
Yes.
Black girl magic, and we are reigning. And in entertainment and in so many different things.
In so many different things. But right now, we are prevailing against the American caste system, supported by the wall of white male privilege. And that's commendable. Women like Kamala Harris, Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, they have set the stage for us, but it's not enough. Our ranks and our responsibility and role in America is yet expandable. Black women have always been the backbone of America. Let me break it down for you. The wet nurses provided their own breast to nourish white babies who grew into some of America's greatest thinkers. Let me go further. Black nannies forsook their own families to raise future tycoons who created generational wealth, still supporting their families today. Our cooks, Black women as cooks, fed and nourished white families with meals of perfection, meals that are being appropriated today. Church's chicken.
Come on now.
Popeye's chicken.
Come on now. Let me get that chicken.
AFC and his secret recipe. Let's wonder where that came from.
I wonder. Okay. Famous Amos.
Famous. Okay. Let's get into the cooks. The cooks who really made American food. And our housekeepers and maids, they kept palatial homes, businesses, and common space orderly and safe.
Yes.
So when we think about our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunties and sisters in domestic positions, we and America have looked down on these women as irrelevant. But the truth is, they were indispensable and an integral part of this great nation. They were the reasons why our nation is successful. And I want to take this moment on Black Women's Renaissance and say thank you. Thank you to all of our mothers, our grandmothers, our aunties, our great grandmothers who were relegated only to those positions, regardless of their intellect and potential, to be cleaners, to be cooks, to be washers, to be work women.
Yes.
Who actually could have ran those very companies of those people they took care of.
Yes.
But no one have officially thanked them. So now, at this designated time and period, I'm saying thank you. Because without them, without the work of our domestic workers,
Yes.
this country would not be as great as it is, and we as Black women wouldn't be as great as we are now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. And not only this, just thank you and just giving our perspective of greatness
Mhm,
towards this. We
mhm.
need to understand the divine feminine role. It's a divine feminine role that we have
Right,
to be able to bring our families together
mm,
with good food. You
right,
understand, to
right.
bring our families together, making sure the house is kept. It's as
Mm,
as a woman,
yes,
that is your role. That is
yeah,
what God. But that's we don't. We know that we can do a lot of things that men can do. Because I'm not going to say that we can do everything a man can do, because you can't.
right.
Okay, but you can do a lot of things, and we are just as great as a man. Okay,
Mhm,
okay, but we have a role, and we put that in society, and we help to build that society with our role. You
right,
understand?
mm,
So when it comes to the importance of uplifting a Black woman,
right.
you want it needs to be a respect and an honor there. Because
Thank
like
you.
come on now, because your son would not be the president of Apple. Your son would not be the president of Sony. Your
Right,
son would not have even created a radio, or whatever that you understand,
right,
to get things across.
right.
You if it
While the
wasn't
Black
for
women were in your home,
come on now,
hello.
while we were taking care of your home, while we was making sure that master could rest himself after he just did a whole bunch of beating and whooping upon us.
Right,
You understand?
right,
But you can take a rest, because everything is peaceful, everything is clear.
right.
You understand? So I mean, and I say this because I look at Nicole Hannah Jones, and we're going to be talking about her later. But
Yes.
I look at her 1619 project,
Mhm,
and she's just like Isabel. Just is she's putting the things that we tend to forget, that the things that we want to push to the side because now we're free,
right.
and not just we're free, but now we can sit in a corporate chair,
Mhm,
and we can sit as a vice president and a president and CEO. Now we want to forget those little moments of terror, because
push
they
it
were
back.
terrorizing to
Right,
us. Okay,
right.
the 1619 project and Isabel, the caste system, they're putting it in our face again, so that not only we could take a look, take a stand back and look at things,
Mhm,
as a black community,
right.
but the American system as a whole, because
Correct.
of what's going on,
Right.
what has been going on, the brutal killings, okay,
Mhm,
of the police system, and what's going on in the streets right now, because the streets are talking.
streets, right.
Okay, so and so they so eloquently are journaling
Mhm,
the things that happened in the past, and I think it's a really good thing, because if you think about it, the appropriation of our culture, you not only think about the food system,
right.
but being a music educator, let's talk about the hip hop culture, baby. Don't play with
Right,
me about the
right.
appropriation. But
Yes,
it's so the music that helped to build this country. Come on now, don't get the jazz.
right.
Okay, the beginnings of, if you want to talk about the beginnings of even the slave coding,
Rock and
okay, and the beginnings of how we sang our songs in the spirituals
right,
that helped to cultivate country music, don't play with me, and
right,
to help to country rock and roll, cultivate rock and roll music.
right, right.
Okay, so don't. It's so many appropriations, and we need to be given credit, and
Give
need to
credit.
be acknowledged that
Of,
we were the forefathers of this. You
of,
know?
but you're right. Now our time has come. And
Yeah.
that's what this podcast is about. We will feature a number of Black women who hold positions of power in nearly every field that's barely comparable to our ability. and our value. And that's what we're talking about here, value. Each month, we will feature or focus on a particular genre, such as this month, over the next two podcasts, we will feature women in sports. And this month, there are at least 4 women who have been mentioned and notable in sports. We will talk about women in education and their contributions to education in August. Coming up over the next few months, we'll be looking at religion, politics, visual arts, economics and business, cinema, television, criminology. A lot of Black women right now are rocking it as district attorneys. They're going after top people who were considered untouchable, such as our former president.
Yes.
We're going to look at those women. We're going to look at women in music. And as you said, activists and the family, going back to strong women such as Michelle Obama, although she was a wonderful and is a wonderful public figure, but she held her family together.
Oh, yeah. And that's where I was going to go to, the family and relationships, because let me just talk, because I was telling my mother-in-law about the podcast, and I was going on and I was telling her, oh my God, we're going to be talking about this and we're going to be discussing this and you need to listen in. And she said, well, we need to have a relationship genre, because you need to talk to the older folks, because they are the ones that's going to be able to really dive into how to keep a man and how to, what it means to have a family and those different things. So, and this really gets us into talking about the royals. Come on now. I want to talk about Hatshepsut again, and kind of how, it's important, because it was about a bloodline thing when it came to the royals, okay? And we all know we come from a royal priesthood. Come on now. All right now. If you don't know, you better know.
Yes.
So it was about a bloodline thing. But however, Nefertiti, because she had a long name. That wasn't just Nefertiti. Right. She was a commoner, so she wasn't a bloodline when she married Amenhotep.
Right.
Okay. So don't get it twisted in this Black excellence narrative that all historical royals were birthed through palace walls.
Oh.
No, they were not.
Okay.
Some, like Isabel. Okay, Isabel was come on now. She was birthed in palace walls, and while some of us was in the ghettos, because you got to think about it. Her father was a Tuskegee Airman.
Okay.
And her come on, so you know that she had a certain amount of clout and a certain amount of affluence in society. You understand? Okay. So, but some of us had to be purged through the back alleys of ancient lands.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Just as our people were. Okay. And we're trying to get out of the ghettos of this modern day Egypt. You understand?
Right.
So we are making unprecedented waves at an all-time high.
Right.
And as a Black woman, it is the duty of this podcast to take a survey of the times by acknowledging these women that are at the forefront of their purpose and dreams, because it takes a dream to even get something across. So and hopefully we will be inspired and inspire all in our community.
Awesome. That is exactly keeping it real.
Okay.
That is exactly keeping it real. And with every episode, we will lay out the truth, but we will get to the let's get real segment where we will break down what we just said and apply it to what it really means to the everyday average woman. Because this podcast isn't just about lifting up those who have arrived, but is using their strategies to help all of us arrive.
Yes.
Now it's your turn, sisters. We want you to celebrate with us. We're asking you to do the following. Tune in to every episode. Pass this podcast on to everyone you know. Post it on your social media. Subscribe, follow, like, tweet about it. If you like the show, give us a comment. If you don't like the show, give us a comment.
Yes.
And we are asking you to donate to and sponsor Black Women Renaissance to support our research and to help keep us talking about the accomplishments of the Black woman in her Renaissance.
Yes.
If we won't tell the truth, sisters, who will?
Who will?
That's what this podcast is for. Now we are finally marching in our purpose. It's our Renaissance. So march on, sisters.